you don't like hard hats, if you don't like small spaces, and if you don't like the dark, this is probably not for you.
I've never seen upload speed that fast before, even on my cell phone. Like, that's crazy.
We just got to Greensburg RV Park, and this is one of those places where you don't have to make reservations, although we did call already and tell her that we were coming. It's self check-in, it's $40 a night. You just put your cash or check, I think, in an envelope somewhere near the office, so I have to find the office. But this place is supposed to have fiber optic Wi-Fi, which is pretty impressive, so we'll have to check that out. So I found where you register. It's in with the laundry and the bathrooms and the showers. So they have all their instructions up here, and then they have the payment envelopes here. They have your registration form here, so pretty easy. And then you just drop it in their little rent and drop box. And I was wrong, it's actually only $20 a night. So, heck yeah.
Download speed is like 11 here for the cell phone, but the Wi-Fi, which usually Wi-Fi, anyone that RVs for a long period of time knows Wi-Fi is like 1, 2, 3 megabytes per second. There's nothing you can possibly get out of it. And it's 113 and 116 is upload speed. I've never seen upload speed that fast before, even on my cell phone. Like, that's crazy. $20 a night? It's a place to be. Even if it's a quick little stop for like 2 nights, stop on by Greenburg's RV Park.
There's a reason we came to Greensburg, Kansas.
Greensburg, Kansas is known for probably 2 main things. One is back in the 1880s, there was a man-made well that was built called the Big Well, and that was about 109 feet deep, and it is the world's largest well, man-made well, that's ever been built. The second thing is, unfortunately, that they got hit by an EF5 tornado back in 2007, and that tornado demolished the town. Even the Big Well Museum was damaged as well. They've rebuilt the museum, and the Big Well is still there. So we're headed on that way. And it's only a half-mile away from the campground, so we decided it's a nice little walk, a little stroll to do it. So massive, I can't imagine having built this by hand.
To dig it out with a pickaxe?
Yeah. And then just buckets of everything was lifted and hoisted up with rope. I feel like I need to hold on to my phone with 2 hands, because if you drop it, you ain't getting it back. It's gone. It's gone forever.
We only had a couple days in Greensburg, but it worked out perfectly. We got to see the Big Well Museum, we got some work done. So now we're headed to Spring Lake RV Resorts. And the main reason we wanted to go to this park was actually because they have a gym. You might think that's crazy, because most of the time we do like to travel places because of things to see in the area. But the fact that we don't have a gym, and we haven't signed up for any of the like national gyms, because there are too many places we go that are so remote that there's just nothing for, an hour or 2 hours. and we don't want to drive that much. So anyway, we found this RV park that has a gym, so we want to take full advantage of it. Did I mention Ryan has plans for us this Friday? This campground has bingo, and Ryan hasn't played bingo in a really long time, and to be honest, I haven't either. So better believe we're gonna go play some bingo.
What do we win? A towel?
My husband won us beach chair cover, and it's got a little pocket for your
That's
stuff.
awesome.
Very cool. It's crazy how much he's winning.
17.
What do you have to say about all your winning?
I've never won before. It's crazy. I'm actually in shock. Won twice. First 2 times. Pretty impressive. I'll take it.
Clear cards. It will be a regular bingo.
Third prize of the night.
A swim tube. All right. That's it.
Checkout complete.
Checking out complete, just as long as I don't hit the mailbox.
We got into Hutchinson, Kansas yesterday. So of course we were greeted with a nice storm last night, the kind that rocks the whole RV. So we actually ended up pulling the slide in. It got so bad, but it's okay. Thankfully we just hit the tail end of it, so it didn't last too terribly long. But we were supposed to get winds up to 80 miles an hour. I'm like, is this a hurricane? Now we're on our way to Stratica, which is the underground salt mine. Do you remember any details about it?
I don't know if it's the largest underground salt mine or not, but it's like 550 or 650 feet below ground, and they take you, I guess, on like a train. We'll find out shortly, but take you on like a train underground to be able to see it. So we brought some warmer clothes because I think it's going to be a little bit colder than we're been used to in the last couple of months. So we'll see.
You can book online ahead of time. We initially were going to, but because we weren't sure how long it was going to take us to do everything this morning, we didn't bother because we didn't want to have to leave something early to rush to get to our next thing. And they had so much availability that, you know, we weren't too worried about it. So we're just going to show up, buy our tickets. They did ask if you could get there 10 to 15 minutes early.
Might be pushing that 10-15 minutes a little bit. I'd say our early is 8 minutes.
Either way, we'll show you what this is about.
Do we look official?
I don't know, mine seems kind of high.
It does. That's because you got the hat.
I got the hat on underneath, so it makes me look a little weird.
There you go.
Onto the voice, just again, there's going to be a bit of a lip in the gap. Now, as we go down, it's going to get very, very dark, so would anyone like a light? We are actually going 650 feet underground, if you don't know already. To put that in perspective, 2 Statue of Liberty stacked on top of each other, 2 football fields with the end zones. Or has anyone been to the Arch in St. Louis?
Yes.
That's 630 feet tall, so we're going 20 feet deeper.
Once you get there, you won't even realize that you're around.
Guys may exit off the hoist, just watch your step.
There will be 300 feet of salt above us and 80 feet of salt below us.
And money flies out everywhere. Oh, he found his play area.
It's like the perfect, because it just rinses right off, so to speak.
Oh yeah, you can just brush it right off your hands.
Yeah. Doesn't like stick on your hands like any other dirt. It's nice and chilly too. Alright, I'm done.
He's here in the playground. The Permian playground. Okay, it's time for our train ride. Being underground, I'm not sure how well you can hear us, so hopefully it works out well. But it's actually 650 feet down into the salt mine. It's a little chilly, so bring a jacket.
Bring your hard hat. Actually, they do provide them for you.
But if you have your own, you can bring it.
Yeah.
It might go without saying, but I did figure we probably should say it. You do have to get in an elevator to get down here. So if you are claustrophobic,
And afraid of the dark.
yes,
That's-
it's pitch black.
That's where you're going down through the tunnel, and it's 12 by like 10 feet wide. So yeah, it's tight fittings.
And it's a double decker. So there's 30 people that can go at once. So the first 15 get on the top part, and then they raise you up, and then the second group gets in the bottom part, and then all of you go down into the darkness. Keep that in mind. If you don't like hard hats, if you don't like small spaces, and if you don't like the dark, this is probably not for you.
But you don't like hard hats.
Well, I'm not a huge fan of this, but
It's not fashionable.
that's
It's not
okay.
fashionable.
For this, it's okay. Also, the first part of it, you walk around just on your own. So you can watch videos, you can look at the exhibits. So it's a lot of walking at first. And then later, there's the train rides, the 2 train rides. And you can do them whenever you want. So no rush.
I don't know if anyone remembers the show Dirty Jobs with Mike Rowe. Back in 2005, I think 2012, he always was in the nastiest, dirtiest jobs. Well, in a mine, in a salt mine, this would be perfect for him. And he was here in 2006. He actually rode in this very car, drove around in there. And so this car still stands for him today.
And what are these pockets?
They're called boot holes. So boot holes are where the dynamite, the workers would stick dynamite in for blasting, and they would take their trash and they would just hide all their trash from chewing tobacco, newspapers, gloves, even banana peels. They would just shove in these holes, and so people came back afterwards and would notice in the 1950s that's what they did. They just took all the trash and were like, oh, let's not throw it on the ground, let's shove it in a hole. Sure. Oh, jeez. I'm already noticing a flaw here. The left side are the lighter people, and the right side are the heavy people, the taller people.
We're tilting like
And
this.
we're tilting a little bit over.
Everything that comes down in the mine stays in the mine. And if you look at the lit area, you will see that this is even true of mining trash. In case you were wondering, trash isn't the only thing miners left underground.
As the miners find out these big pillars, they kind of create a pattern. But we also think there's a bit of gambling going on, because the loser knows how to push these parts back.
one has mud in it. Oh, it's a little dark. This one's pretty clear. So is this one.
It's like spooky down here.
My head's starting to hurt.
You have to loosen it up. My head was hurting too. You gotta unclick it like one or two.
Yeah.
So if the ceiling falls down on you, then it hits you really hard.
Take your hat with you.
Keep it on tight.
So as we're getting out of here, I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys some tips. I take care of you pet Salt Rock.
Enjoy that cool breeze there.
So much warmer out here. It's 68 degrees down there. It's what, 90 something out here.
That was pretty cool. Oh my gosh.
was.
That was, without a doubt, well worth it. To be able to be down there in the mine and just being such a big part of history and how much was going on in all the different chambers. This place is not the same to where all the salt that you take in. There's actually a different company that does that, but in the same vicinity.
You know what? Table salt?
Table salt.
Yeah.
And there is some snacks, and there is drinks and a restroom down there as well too. So you don't feel like you don't have any option, but there's only one area that you can be able to sit in. Just like when we were in Carlsbad Caverns, where there was a gift shop and restrooms down there too.
Yeah, you can't just walk around and drink your water and have a snack. Even bottled water you can't take down there. So the only thing you can do is buy stuff from them, sit in the snack area, eat it, and then you cannot walk around with it. So. Almost forgot the most important thing. On the dark train ride, you can get a little baggie and you can take pieces of salt. They ask that it not be larger than your fist. So find the biggest person in your party and that's your measurement. We just got little ones. Good size though.
Oh,
Don't.
You're not supposed to eat that. So.
Oh yeah, after the stories we heard, you don't want to lick the salt. They tell you not to lick the salt and there are reasons not to lick the salt, so.